Hello and welcome back to Real Talk About Feminism podcast. This is episode 64.
It's a lifestyle episode.
It is. You love singing.
I love singing.
You love singing.
Twins.
So today, we're really excited about this lifestyle episode because usually we have like some sort of topic that we talk about, even though it's casual. Mm-hmm. But we're just going to chat today. Like, we're just going to update you guys on some things that have happened that we haven't talked about on the podcast yet.
Yeah, we feel like when we go throughout the week, we're always like, oh, we should talk about that in the beginning of the podcast. And so we have such a big list of things that we just want to share with you guys because you guys are our besties. And so we were like, you know what, let's do our lifestyle episode on just like a catch up.
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun. And we usually do a little chit-chat life updates segment in the beginning of all of our episodes. But for this one, it's just going to be one long one.
Yay!
So let's jump into it. Unless you have like any announcements or anything.
No, because we're getting into it.
Okay.
Oh, one announcement, actually. We had a really great opportunity at the company that we work for.
Oh, yeah, we have to talk about this.
Yeah, so you guys all know this because we talked about it on the pod just a little bit, but April was Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and I know that was 2 months ago, but we had the opportunity to, I guess, speak to the company.
Yeah, so we basically were asked to help with a training for sexual assault awareness and harassment, both in the workplace and personally, and at home. So it was really cool to be able to, for one, talk about something that we're very passionate about speaking about. And it was cool to be able to share it in a different way. Like, we brought it into the workplace, and so a lot of people are going to be able to hear about it. And it's something we're both really excited about. Yeah. It was a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, it was a great conversation and just a really good opportunity. So that was exciting. That was the one little update that I wanted to share.
Yeah. Something else, it is June and it's Pride Month. And I think that's really important to talk about. We do have some episodes that are focused on the LGBTQ plus community and Pride Month in general. So we're looking forward to be able to dive into that a little further.
Yeah, so happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. All right, so let's start with your very bad date from a few weeks ago.
Okay.
How long was it?
I think it was
how long ago?
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe 3. It was the week before Mother's Day.
Okay.
And we're recording
2 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
3 weeks.
Yeah, so I don't want to sound shallow, okay? I'm actually going to ask for your guys' opinion on something. But basically, so I got really frustrated because, as we all know, I'm obsessed with dating apps and I can never just make a connection in person. Kenzie's rolling her eyes. No, but like, genuinely, I've talked about this. I work from home. I do school online. So it's like really hard to go out and meet people. Mm-hmm. So I was on Hinge and I got really annoyed because guys were like trying to make plans, but wouldn't actually just say like, hey, meet me at this place, this time. And it bothered me. And I know that that's kind of like in the movies where it's like the guy like has a dress waiting for you and they're like, wear this and meet me at this address. Like, I know that's not very realistic, but it was just bothering me. Like, I was like, can someone just make a solid plan? Because I hate when someone asks you out and then they're like, okay, what do you want to do? It's like, you asked me out, make plans. So that was a little background. This guy matched with me on Hinge. And for some reason, all of the guys that I match with, like 75% of them are from the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, which is like so funny. Like, maybe I just have a type. I don't know. But they all just end up being from the Air Force Academy. So we matched and he messaged me and was like, meet me. He was like, I'll pick you up at this time on Sunday. And I was like, okay, I always drive myself to a first date, the first few dates. And so it was really weird, the interaction to me, because I was like, he would not let me like meet him somewhere. And I was like, no, seriously, like I don't meet anyone, or I don't drive with anyone anywhere on a first date. So we ended up making plans. And I was like a little like skeptical. Like I was like, it might be weird, but whatever. So we made plans and we met halfway. And we met in Castle Rock, if you guys are from Colorado. We met in Castle Rock, and we met at, there's like this big outdoor mall called The Outlets. It's like a huge thing. But they're closed. They close at like 6 p.m. on Sundays. So we met at like 6:30. And I got out of the car. First off, I texted him, I'm like, I'm here. And he was like, okay, I'm in this type of car. It was like a black 4Runner. And I like look around, there's nothing around me. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then he comes like screaming in, like, you know, parks right next to me. And I was like, where did you even come from? How did you see me? Like, how awkward. Because I was like standing outside my car just like looking around. Like, how awkward. But anyway, so then I told him, I was like, the outlets are closed. And we just decided to go to a Qdoba. That was right there. So we walk into Qdoba and we go, like, we order. And then it comes time to pay. And this is where I don't want to sound, okay, don't judge me for this, okay? Because I'm genuinely asking people's opinions. But we go to pay, and I had ordered first, and he had asked me on the date. Like, he asked me, he's like, meet me here at this day, this time. Great, okay. So we go to pay, and the worker is like, are you guys together or separate? And I waited like 2 seconds, because normally, like, if someone, like, I've never had an experience where they don't say anything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I waited a tiny, tiny bit, and then he didn't say anything. So I was like, oh, do you want to, are we together or separate? And he was like, he looked at the guy. He didn't even look at me. He looked at the guy and said, separate. And I was like, okay, interesting. What are your thoughts on this, Kenz?
I mean, I think that if somebody asks you out, they should at least offer to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That goes for girls and guys. Like, if you're the one asking, you should at least offer.
Right, and that's how I feel too. Like, if I were to ask him on the date, then I would have paid for him. Like, it's for girls and guys. It's not just guys paying. But I think it just really, I was taken aback because I was just like, you asked me on this date. And genuinely, like, in my mind, like, it was, like, I wouldn't have gone if it was just, like, a friend thing.
Right.
Because I was going as a date. So it was just weird to me. So then we sat down, and I feel like that was, like, put a little bit of awkwardness in the air. Because I just wish that he would have said before, like, are you okay with, like, paying for ourselves? Like, yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there was just no communication. So then we sat down, and he was wearing this North Face, like, puffer jacket, zipped all the way up to his chin. Did not take it off the entire time. Did not, like, I was like, are you okay? Like, are you cold? Because your jacket is zipped up. You're wearing, like, a winter coat zipped up all the way. And then just, like, the other red flag for me was that he referred to his car as a he. Like, I've never heard that before. He was like, this guy, we'll call him Jack, okay? That's not his real name. But Jack was, like, telling me about his 4Runner and how him and his dad are, like, fixing it up so that it can be, like, basically, like, a camping car. And so Jack was like, yeah, we just need to get him, get the tent mounted on him, and then he'll be good to go for the summer. And I was so confused because everyone refers to their car as, like, a she. And I was like, hold up, are we talking about the car is ready to go for the summer? Like, it really took me back.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, so it was just really weird. And then at the end of the date, like, I could tell that we weren't going to see each other again, weren't going to talk again. And then I was telling everyone the story. I went to go look at his Instagram, and I'm pretty sure he blocked me. So that was the end of that.
I'm pretty sure he did. Like, I think it's obvious.
It looked like he had blocked me, but then the other day I saw a story from him. So I was like, maybe he blocked me and then unblocked me, because I didn't see any of his posts. Like, I know what it looks like if you've been blocked by someone.
Yeah.
And it looked like that. But then his thing came up on my Instagram the other day, and I saw his story, and all of his photos were back. And so I was like, I think he just unblocked me. But I unfollowed him because I was like, whatever.
Yeah, what value would that add to your life?
Yeah, but it was weird. It was just like a weird date, and I was just really thrown off because he was so insistent on meeting, like, on that day. And so I was like, okay, fine, like, I'll go because I want to get out. And then I was just confused because I was like, am I not pretty or something? Like... Like, I'm like, that's what I'm not a catfish. Like, it's not like I showed up and then he was like, ugh, not interested. I don't know. I'm just really confused. So if you're out there, like, if you want to provide me any clarification, that'd be great. I mean, it's not like it's going to go anywhere, so I really don't care. But I was just confused.
Yeah, I know, that's weird.
So yeah, that was my date.
Oh, this next one happened recently. Why am I, like, coughing? Haley and I went to the car wash the night before Mother's Day to detail Mom's car. And that was, like, one of our gifts to her, was to, like, get it nice and clean. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the self car washes that I was very upset that Haley brought us to. I was so mad.
Ken's was so mad because I used to work at Waterway. It's, like, a big car wash. And so literally all day, every day for, like, 7 months, I was, like, deep cleaning cars, vacuuming, doing all that on my own. And so I can, like, be really efficient in cleaning a car. And I feel like there's no use in going to a place. But in Ken's mind, Ken's was like, why don't we go to a self-service car wash where you take your car through the actual car wash and then they have vacuums there that are nice.
Really nice vacuums. Yeah, and Haley was like, I don't want to pay $20 for a car wash. And I was like, it's $7 where I go. And, like, it's a nice car wash. So anyway, I was already irritated, to be honest. So we were at the car wash, and we started by vacuuming because the car was a mess. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to get everything out first. And the car literally got egged. These 4 teenage guys literally drove through, because it looked like they went through the car wash first. Mm. Or they went, like, around that side. Yeah. Right? Because they were driving in that direction. And they literally egged the car. We should post pictures. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
So this is what happened. Ken's was oblivious.
I was oblivious. I had no idea what was going on.
So Ken's was on the passenger side in the front, mm-hmm. and she was vacuuming. And then these guys came from her side. So they, like, drove by, and the door was open because she was vacuuming. So there was people next to us that were also vacuuming out their car. So these teenagers threw an egg at the guy who was vacuuming his car, and they actually hit him.
It was all over.
It was all over him. And they got his car and him. And then they got the back right window and, like, the back side of the car. And it splattered. And so it also hit Ken's leg and the window that mm-hmm. was open. So, like, on the inside of the car. Mm-hmm. And so I saw them speed away really fast. And so I was in kind of, like, I'm not going to say a Karen mood, but I was, like, kind of just, like, annoyed. Yeah. Because I was like, what the heck? Because they sped off so dangerously. And so I kind of, like, walked out so they could see me. And I raised my hands, like, what are you doing? And I, like, gave them, like, a look, like, why are you driving away so fast? And then they threw an egg at the front of the car.
So rude. Like, so rude. Like, literally at the car wash.
It was shocking.
So rude.
It was so shocking. And then they, like, sped off. And so I had seen them egg the front of the car, obviously. And so then then at that point, I see the guy that had gotten egged, like, actually they threw an egg at him. He was talking to Ken. And he was trying to say, like, did you see that? Like, are you guys okay?
But I cannot read lips, and the vacuums were going.
They were so loud.
I kind of just was like, yeah, like, I thought it was foam from the cleaner from somebody's washing their car in a stall. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, I think it was him. I, like, kind of gestured toward him. But then Haley came around and was like, Kens, did you not see this?
Yeah,
like,
I was literally
driving down the side.
And then she looks up and she sees, like, egg all splattered on the side, and she was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, and my leg got wet, but I thought it was, like, water or something from the car wash. And it was just insane. And so then I, like, went over to the other guy and I was like, seriously? Like, they hit you? And he was like, yeah. And it was just so rude. I ended up calling the police because, mm-hmm. like, that wasn't okay. I sound like such a Karen. But I called them.
No, it wasn't okay.
And just, like, everything about it was, like, dangerous the way they sped off. Mm-hmm. And so I called them and they were like, yeah, we've gotten a few calls already. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, I think we just have some people going around and egging. So he transferred me to, like, an officer. And they took my report, and then they were like, well, you can file a report for destruction of property if you want. And I didn't end up doing that because it was just a big thing. But I'm hoping that they caught the guys, like, from someone else.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they were being stupid teenagers, but, like, it was, first off, not okay. And second off, like, the egg, you can still see the smears mm-hmm. on the car.
Yeah.
Like, that's damaging to cars. And they hit the other guy.
Yeah, that whole situation was so annoying. And, like, it took us longer to get everything done anyway. Like,
it was just, it was a whole thing, but it was insane.
Yeah. Moving on, we figured out our pet's zodiac signs.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cute because we realized that, like, there are pets for a reason.
Yeah. So this was actually really cute. I was doing homework and Ken's was like, I'm gonna look this up. So Gigi is a Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
And what is Ozzy?
Ozzy's an Aquarius. So talk about Gigi and talk about his birthday.
Yeah. Okay, just a little side note. Gigi turned 10 on May 4th.
So cute.
And so may the 4th be with you. He turned 10 and we had this little celebration for him. I'll post some pictures on the story. Or if you follow me, then you saw them. Or if you follow Gigi Cat, then you saw them. But we just had a little celebration. I made cupcakes that look like Gigi. And they're just cute.
They were so cute. You did a really good party for him.
Thank you. Everyone was wearing party hats. I made a little, you know the canned cat food, like the cat pate type stuff. So I just flipped one of those over and put a candle in it and put some treats on top. And then we had some decorations and it was just really fun. We sang happy birthday. He was terrified.
Yeah.
But I got some cute pictures and posted those. But anyway, so yeah, we found out he's a Taurus, right? Taurus?
Yeah. And he's a Taurus. And so we were looking more into it and we found out that Taurus and Scorpio are really compatible. Haley's a Scorpio because they're opposite of each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is really cute because, I don't know, you just love seeing, your relationship affirmed by, the stars.
Yes. Yeah, and if you see, them interact, it's so true. It's really cute because, Haley has a lot of energy and stuff, and Gigi just likes to kind of, take
it was saying around. How, they balance each other out well because Tauruses, are very calming and they bring calm energy. And Gigi, actually, he's technically my emotional support animal. He's registered. And so it's just very interesting because he really does demonstrate that. He's very calming. And, when I'm away on vacations and stuff and I don't bring him, then my anxiety, it is higher because he's not there. And when anyone else is emotional in the house, he literally will find you. And, you'll be, crying alone in your room, and he will find you and then just, lay in your lap.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's so cute. So, yeah, he's just very calming, and it was cute. And then Ozzy is an Aquarius.
Ozzy's an Aquarius. His birthday is February 14th. And he's...
I know,
it's so cute. And when I was researching, it said that Aquariuses are super compatible with both Gemini and Libra. And I'm a Gemini and Jared's a Libra. So it's just really cute.
That's actually adorable.
Yeah, it's really cute because we're all air signs, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I know.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm going to actually start reading his horoscope to him every morning.
This is so out of control. Cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it was really cute because, I totally believe in all that. I think it says something. So
yeah, that's funny. Cute. Adorable.
Yeah, it was really funny. So moving on to this next story, it's absolutely insane. We are convinced we were stuck in a time warp.
Oh my gosh.
And we talked a little bit about how we went to the Louis Tomlinson concert in February with our youngest sister. Louis Tomlinson. Yeah. So we were downtown, and obviously when we got out of the concert, it was late. And I had reserved a parking spot on Spot Hero, and it had the address. I had the address, obviously, because...
in an email.
Right, because we had to park there. So we parked the car, the concert was great, and we walk out, and we start walking towards the direction we came from. And I don't really know how to describe it, except, we were completely lost. And it was dark, and we were in an unfamiliar area. But we had the map going. I put the address in that I clicked on when we drove there.
Right, and, when we were lost, she ended up even pulling up the email, and it was the same exact address that she had put in. But she literally clicked on the address from the email in Google
and the app.
Yeah. And, okay, I know we talked about this a little bit at the beginning of one of our episodes, but just to give you guys more details about this story, we had parked a few blocks away.
It was not far. It probably took us 3 to 4 minutes to walk to the actual auditorium.
Right. But somehow there was a few landmarks when we were walking that we took note of. We walked past this assisted living facility that I've been to before, and it's very distinct. So I took note of that, and we talked about that. There was a big construction crane in the sky, and then there was a bank at one point. And we knew that we were walking towards the auditorium, and the bank was on our left.
Yep.
So when we were walking back, the bank would be on our right. And we were also not very close to the downtown with, like, the big, tall buildings.
Right. So we just started walking. We were with our youngest sister, and, you know, we were 3 girls, like, in Denver at night, and it was freezing, and Haley and I were not dressed for the weather.
No.
And so we were kind of getting nervous, and we were kind of walking with these people for a little bit, but then they walked into a bar, and we were like, all right, you know, like, we're obviously not going there. And so we were nervous, and we weren't not thought we were arguing, because we were both just nervous, and like we had them with us.
Yeah.
But
we understood each other.
We did. Yeah. Cause we were like, we need to figure this out. Like,
cause it was late.
It was really late.
And we were also off of like Colfax, which is not all bad in Colorado, but like the part of Colfax that we were near,
it's not good.
It's not good.
No. So we were really, really nervous. So we were like, all right, let's just walk back to the auditorium. Like, maybe we'll find our way.
Right.
We walked back. We probably did this 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And it was getting later at this point. We were cold. And so I was like, you know what? I'm calling the police. I'm calling the non-emergency line.
Yeah, because we had walked back to the auditorium and retraced our steps. Like, we were like, okay, we're going to go back, and now we're at the bank, and the bank is on our right, and we crossed the street at the bank. So now we're going to cross the street and go left, and then it was just straight down. And the parking lot was not there.
It was not there. Like, there were other parking lots, but it was not our lot where we were.
Right. And so at this point, Ken's decided to call the non-emergency line, because I was like, the car must have been stolen.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking that.
Like, because we were like, it's not there.
Right. So I called the non-emergency line, and Haley and Nat, like, totally made fun of me, but I was like, no, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what else to do. So we call them, and they're like, oh, they, like, start to go down the realm of a stolen vehicle, and I was like, hey, but, like, can you also just pick us up? And, like, I honestly just wanted them to pick us up and drive us around the block for a little bit.
Okay, and that's the thing that me and Nat were kind of making fun of you about, because we were like, the police officers aren't Ubers. Like, okay, they're not just going to pick us up and drive us around.
I know, but I thought maybe they could just be like, oh yeah, I know where that is. You know, like, they roam these streets all the time.
Right. You know? That's why we were laughing, because we were like, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I know. But so I called them, and we were standing on the street corner, and I gave them the landmarks. I told them what we were wearing. Kid you not, 6 cop cars drive past us in the matter of 5 minutes.
And did not stop.
They literally park a building away and just sat in an alley.
And we tried to, like, flag them down and everything, too. Nothing. So then we were like, okay. Haley was like, this is our last resort. Like, I don't know what to do. Because at this point, like, everyone was asleep. And if we had called one of the family, like, if we had called mom and dad to come pick us up, they would have done that. They were asleep, but they would have woken up and come and gotten us. But it was, like, midnight.
Yeah.
At this point. So, and it would have taken them like 30 minutes to get to us still. So the last resort, calling my ex.
Because he lives
5 minutes away.
Yeah. So Haley calls him, and it was really sweet. Like, he came and picked us up right away, obviously.
He definitely thought it was only me. Because he had my favorite music queued up. And I was like, no.
This is not what that is.
No, I was like, you are giving us a ride. But it was basically like an Uber, because I ended up Venmoing him $5, because I was like, don't think that I owe you anything. Yeah, exactly. That I owe you anything. So, we ended up, he drove us back, because, like, he was like, what do you want me to do? And we were like, just drive us
back to the spot. So I click on the address that I had been clicking on this whole time. He drives us right to it. And we were like, my car is right there. It wasn't stolen. It was sitting right there. And we were like, we walked past this.
So the only explanation for it, and we are like, genuinely, it's like scary to think about this. Like, But we're genuinely convinced that we walked into a time warp or something.
No, we're not kidding.
And we're not kidding. We're not insane.
Because everyone's like, you guys were just lost.
No, but there's literally no other explanation.
There's no explanation. Like, we knew where we were in the area. Like, I had the exact address.
And like you said, it maybe took us 3 minutes to walk to the auditorium from when we had parked originally. Like, we were not far away, but somehow we ended up walking all the way into downtown.
Yeah.
Like, we were in Denver, but, like, we walked into downtown, like, 15 minutes into downtown. Like, I don't know how it happened.
It was so bizarre.
It was scary.
Yeah. Like, nobody else could know except us three that were there. Mm-hmm. But it was genuinely, like, the most terrifying thing. And, like, the fact that, like, the cops didn't help us. I'm like, did nobody see us? Were we not there? I literally didn't think about that. Because all three of us were, like, waving. Like, hey, can you at least just check on us?
Right. Like, and as a police officer, you'd think that, like, if you saw someone waving you down, especially because it's not like they were responding to a call. Like, they literally were just parked.
Literally.
And so, like, if we're waving a police officer down, you'd think that they'd even just roll down their window and be like, are you guys okay?
Yeah, we got none of that. So, anyway, I am convinced we were stuck in a time warp or a time loop or something. Some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, that was actually, like, really terrifying.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Haley also... So, we went to Dutch a few days ago.
Oh, my God.
Why don't you start? You know the story better.
Okay, so when me and Kenz were both younger, we worked at Rita's, and I got this job when I was 14, and you were 15, and you had turned 16 at that point.
Yeah,
too.
It's like an Italian ice custard place.
Yeah, it's really good. Ooh, I want Rita's right now.
It sounds really good.
But yeah, so we worked at Rita's, and at this point, this was 6 years ago for me, so very long time ago, and we recently went to get Dutch. This was this week. We went to go get Dutch Bros because we love it. And so we were just like in line. We had ordered and everything. And then they accidentally gave Kenz a coffee instead of a chai. And Kenz was like, I'm not in the mood for a coffee. So then we go back through the drive-thru. And then this guy comes up to our window. And I was like, hi. They gave us a coffee instead of a chai. We just need to reorder. And he was like, okay, awesome. And then he was like, I'm sorry, this is a weird question, but did you work at Rita's? And I was like, yes. And Kenz was like, yeah.
And I like leaned fully forward so he could see me.
Yeah, because I was driving. So yeah, we're like, yes. And he was like, okay, this is really weird. But he was like, me and my friends took a video of you. Because I told him, I was like, that was 6 years ago.
Literally, that was so long ago.
And he was like, me and my friends took a video of you when you were working there, and you were so annoyed with us. And so we took a video of you, and we're, like, laughing. And he was like, we watch it all the time and talk about it all the time now. Like, you're the Rita's girl. And literally, I was like, I need to see this video. Because I was, like, scared. I was like, I was annoyed. And so then I asked him to send it to me. He found it so quick.
So quick.
So he obviously wasn't lying. Like, they talk about it all the time. And so, like, okay, I don't actually think it was, like, a bad light. Like, I don't think it showed a bad side of me at all, because I'll post the video on the story.
Yeah.
Because they were obviously being stupid teenage boys, and they were getting on my nerves.
Like, they were just trying to be annoying.
Yeah. So I don't think it's, like, bad on my part at all. But, like, it was just weird, because I was like, someone's recognizing me from a place that I used to work at 6 years ago. And in the video, like, they're just, like, they were like, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I was like, how do I feel? Great. Like, and just, like, such an annoyed, sarcastic tone. And then they were like, Special Victims Unit, SUV, like, it was, like, weird. Like, I was like, they were obviously just being, like, stupid teenage boys who probably thought I was pretty, not to, like, brag, but, like, they probably just thought I was, like, a pretty girl, and then were, like, getting on my nerves. Whatever. Mm-hmm. It was weird.
Yeah, it was so weird. And he was like, I'll send this to you. So, like, we literally have the video.
Yeah, we have the video.
And then when we got to the window, he was like, hey, like, she used to work at Rita's. Like, we know who she is.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was just weird to get recognized. And Kenz afterwards was like, when you don't leave your hometown. Like,
literally.
It was just funny.
So funny.
It was crazy. And it was kind of weird to see myself, like, for, like, a video of myself that someone else has had on their phone, like, for 6 years. And I'm sure that he, like, messaged his friends because he was like, we talk about it all the time. Like, it's so funny. And I'm like, okay, so first off, get a life.
Yeah, it's not even...
It's not even that funny.
It's not even that funny at all.
Yeah, like, I don't get the hype about it. But, like, it was just weird. It was so crazy because I was like, this is me 6 years ago and someone's been talking about it for 6 years. So it's crazy. So we'll post that on the story so you can see. It was just funny.
That's so weird. We're going to end with, like, a few just little things that have happened. Our sister had her dance concert this past weekend.
They had their dance concert.
Yeah. The theme was fiercely feminine. And so all of the songs and all the dances were targeted towards, you know, being a female.
Yeah, female empowerment.
And for them, like, growing up in this world as young girls. And so it was just really, really cool. Like, the whole theme was really cool. It was a really good show.
Yeah, we loved it. So Nat, they do hip hop, ballet, contemporary.
Yeah.
And so they were in 4 different dances, and it was just great. They did such a good job.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It was fun to see. The first night we saw in person, and then the second night it was a live stream. So we watched it last night, and it was just really good. They're very talented, an amazing dancer, and it was just really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to, like, actually see, like, all the hard work, because it's a lot. Like, they're constantly dancing around the house, so it was cool to see it all put together.
Yeah, and just seeing, like, it was such a great message to be teaching these girls that are dancing, like, fiercely feminine, and all the songs are just, like, female empowerment, boss, like, you go girl type stuff. So I took some videos, and we can put them on the story, too, because it was fun, and it really was just, like, being surrounded by, like, female energy.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, very good.
It was awesome. We also had a little picnic photo shoot this past weekend. 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, and if you follow the Instagram at Real Talk About Feminism Pod, then you've seen it. We posted 1 picture so far and then a reel, but
it was spring vibes, and it was so pretty.
Yeah, and we just set up at a park and took some pictures, and we had the camera ready to go, and then we actually got there and started setting up, and I turned the camera on, and it was like, no memory card. And Dad has all the memory cards to record our sister's volleyball. Whatever. So we ended up...
Yeah, what were we going to do?
Yeah, we set up on our phones, and we had driven like 30 minutes away to a really pretty park, so we just ended up setting it up on our phones, and the pictures turned out really pretty.
Yeah, they were so cute.
Yeah, we'll be posting some more. But yeah, that was really fun.
That was really fun. And then for Mother's Day, we had a really good day, actually. So we drove to the top of Pikes Peak, which we've never done, and it's like an iconic Colorado thing.
Right.
And it was really cool. I think most of us were kind of like feeling a little altitude disruption. And it was freezing. Like, I was so scared someone was going to get blown off the side.
Yeah, it was crazy
so
winds.
Windy.
Yeah, they ended up shutting it down because I wouldn't be surprised if it was like 60 miles per hour.
Or more.
Yeah, they ended up shutting the top down right after we left because it was just too windy. We'll post that video because we took a video. We were trying to take a selfie as a family, and it was so windy, and we were all just cracking up because nobody could like look at the camera because we were being blown away and our hair was going crazy. It was just funny.
It was really funny. And then we went to Manitou Springs, which is the cutest mountain town. We've talked about it before.
Yeah, we love it. Actually, I feel like we go there more than once a year.
Definitely. Because it's close as well. That's where we've gotten a lot of our crystals, too. They have a really cute crystal shop. But we set up a charcuterie-style picnic for Mom. And it was so fun.
Yeah, it was just really pretty, really fun. And it was a really good day. Like, nothing bad about it. And we got to celebrate Mom, so.
Yeah. We also, to wrap up, we went to a protest yesterday at the state capitol, and it was a really cool experience. It was my first protest, and both of our sisters came with us, and it was really, really great. They had really great speakers, and it was really cool to just like be in that environment and like fight for what you believe in. It was great.
Yeah, I like teared up a few times. I was glad I had sunglasses on, just because like you think about it, and it's just so disappointing to think about being set back so far. Yeah,
and one thing that really spoke to me was one of the speakers brought her daughter, and she was young.
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't see, but it sounded like she was young.
Mm-hmm. I saw, once we moved up, I saw on the side she was really young.
Okay. Yeah, so she was talking about how literally her daughter at this rate is going to have less rights than she has right now. Mm-hmm. And that really spoke to me. I actually captioned my Instagram post that because I was like, that is so true.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally setting us back so many years. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, they had a lot of speakers. They had just a bunch of people speaking from different backgrounds, different ages, different races, different backgrounds. Like I said, just a lot of different perspectives. They had men and women speaking, and they just, overall, it was organized by Planned Parenthood Action, but it was just a really great, empowering event to be at, because we're all fighting right now for our rights. And it was great to be surrounded by people of all different backgrounds.
Yeah.
With different opinions, but we all were united on that one thing. And I really loved it. It was really great to be there. Yeah, and we're excited really cool. to go to more events because I know that yesterday, May 14th, was the day that Planned Parenthood had a bunch of different protests around all the country. And so, yeah, I know that a lot of people united. It was really fun to see on their story, just everywhere, like in the United States. They had DC, they had LA, they had just different places. But yeah, it was really great to be there. And, right now as we're recording, still no updates on the Roe v. Wade being overturned. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So that has been a few things that have happened in our lives recently we haven't really talked about yet. So we're going to end today's episode.
Yeah.
But we'll be back with another one next week. And please follow us on Instagram at Real Talk About Feminism Pod.
Yeah, we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, it's so fun to do a little lifestyle episode. And we hope that you found these stories entertaining. If you have ever walked into a time warp, quite literally.
We're still stuck on this.
Yeah, then please reach out to us because it was crazy. And we know.
Yeah. Well, because when we got back, just to add, I know I said we were wrapping up, but the next morning, like, we were still just, like, feeling so off and weird about it, and we're not reading into it. Like, it was just a weird experience.
Even, like, a few days ago, I was literally there. I drove past the Fillmore, and then I saw the big crane, and I was like, how did that happen?
How did that happen? Yeah, and literally, like, the next day I was listening to a podcast and they had somebody sharing a story about how they got stuck in a time warp.
Nuh-uh.
No, I'm not kidding. And then, remember, that's when I was like, I think this happened to us. And ever since then, we've been like, yeah.
I want to listen to it.
Yeah, it was so weird. I'll share it with you. But it was so weird.
Yeah, anyways, if you've had that experience, then reach out to us. But for now, we will leave you guys. We hope you have a great week. It's Sunday, so, do your prep for the week, do your routines, and get ready. It's going to be a great week. And as always, reach out to us if you need anything on Instagram.
All right, have a good week. Bye.
Bye.